Would you prefer, see this picture, you said you were walking to the working class, 20 to 45.
Yeah.
The man by the roadside who is a vulcanizer, or even the unemployed, do you think he will prefer that you come, now he's paying from his house to where he's going to drop his CV, he's paying 100 naira, and you remove the fuel subsidy, and transport shoots up from 100 naira to 500 naira. Do you think he would prefer to spend 500 naira because he's going to drop his CV and he's not sure of getting a job in the next 6 months? You think you prefer that to you going through a process
let me shock you.
of a gradual
Let me shock
move?
you. Do you know 60% of your of goods and services are transported by diesel, and there's no subsidy on diesel? BRT runs on diesel. So transport is not going. The transport fare in Lagos.
Hold on. The bulk of Lagosians move. The bulk of Lagosians.
The more some of the yellow buses use diesel.
Mr. Obanua.
Yes.
The bulk of the unemployed young working class people you talked about move around with the small yellow buses.
Yes.
They move around with Okadas that run on fuel, not on diesel. You go and do your survey again. Do you think these people will enjoy the fact that by the time they move from here today is 100 naira, but on their way back it's now 200 naira? You think they enjoy it?
Do you know the vehicles that do diesel carry more people around the city?
But may I also say something? That even the BRT you have spoken about, the prices have also gone up in recent times. It has gone up, however insignificantly you think that is. It used to be 50 naira, now it's 70 naira.
There's no subsidy. So there's no subsidy on diesel.
So when you
we have even all the interstate vehicles also.
Sorry, did you say there's no subsidy?
No, there's no subsidy on diesel.
So when you say that,
no, it's been removed from the days of Obasanjo.
Yes,
so the point. This is the point I came here to make.
Yeah.
The point I came here to make is that we have to engage in robust discussion on how these palliatives can be implemented. I'm urging and encouraging trade unions to engage the federal government on how these palliatives will be implemented. How they can, of course, they can also be involved in managing these savings to ensure that we get more jobs, we get power. Education is funded. We can have more infrastructure in our schools.
Why can't we do those things first? Why can't we make sure that there's power first? I mean, for instance, you heard our first guest.
We think that Nigeria that we have infinite
yes, maybe we don't.
Budget. We don't.
Say what
4 trillion is nothing.
Our first guest mentioned the fact that we're a little different from other West African countries because they have the basics in place. They have electricity that goes on. They basically need petrol, possibly for just moving around. But in Nigeria, we're dependent on it for a lot more than that. And as such, it affects the cost of doing business, whether or not we like it. So if we can address the basics first, you are saying that we don't have enough funds. People are saying, why don't you scrape off all the excess that we spend in government? Why don't we cut down the cost of governance? And then we can begin to talk about, okay, this is how much you've done. This is how much we to the people are willing to give.
Funding consumption in the sense of fuel subsidy is like a cancer. It's cancerous. We've accepted that it's cancerous. You cannot be spending over 25% of your annual budget on funding consumption that the people do not benefit from. What I'm saying is that we do not really benefit from this, and that has led to every other area of this economy to suffer. You understand?
Well,
so
let's hold. We're really out of time.
Yeah.
Just react to this. Do you think that there's a question coming in from Ovia? Do you think that the removal of subsidy will end the crude oil and refined products smuggling, as in the case of Bayelsa State, where ships carrying both crude and refined products are found daily?
If what I know that refined products it will end smuggling of refined products.
Have you been thinking of fixing our refineries? The news this morning has it that Niger Republic just commissioned its refinery.
See, we can build 10 refineries, but the truth is that how do we manage it? We have been trying to do turnaround maintenance.
Have we managed it before? We
have not managed them well. We have failed. The government, the system has failed to manage the existing 4 refineries.
Would you agree? In closing,
what I'm saying is that government
can also fail even when they remove the subsidies.
They can fail in managing the subsidy savings.
They are not going to. When you remove the subsidy, the savings from the subsidy, our recommendation is that a body should be set up.
Another body.
A body should be set up to manage the savings. that body should be, you will have the trade unions inclusive, the organized private sector being part of the board of directors of that. Even people from every sector of the economy, we should all come together and say, okay, we all have common stake in this. Let's all manage it together.